It's the world-famous Frank Show. On 96.1 KLPX.
Wake up!
Frank's up. How about you?
Yeah, how about you? How about you?
How about you?
Yeah, how about you?
I'm all right.
All right. Happy Friday morning. Good morning. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Mr. Brad.
Yes, good morning.
And good morning to everybody out there. Hello, Radio World.
Hello, Radio World.
Is that how OJ's starting his Twitter videos off? Hello, Twitter World.
God, I hope that doesn't become a thing.
It is. It's already a thing. It already is.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Happy Friday. What do we got? What's going on? I just got my phone. I left my phone in my car. Now I feel safe.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Good job.
I patted myself down and realized my phone wasn't here, and I felt really, really bad.
Isn't that awful when you don't have it?
I felt.
Like, how am I going to get somewhere?
I'm going to miss something.
What am I going to do?
Someone's going to try and reach out to me.
Somebody's going to die, and I'm not going to know.
So I don't know. I don't know if I'd care about that. I'd probably be happy to not know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to know. Then I got to make travel plans? Travel plans suck.
I meant like a celebrity.
Oh, I don't care about that.
No, it's super fun.
I've got something that's like been weighing on my mind for the past couple days, Christine.
Oh, no, what?
I had a meeting with the Muckety Muck on Tuesday.
Right, oh, yeah.
And I never really talked about what went down.
No, what went down?
Or the fact that we waited for like an hour and a half after the show for this meeting, Christine and I, just to find out at the very last minute that we were not needed.
Yeah, no, there was some miscommunication that happened.
Indeed.
Somehow, some way. So the Muckety Muck from corporate was in town, and he said to me that he created a monster. And I go, what do you mean? Mm-hmm. And he said, well, I wanted to meet with just you, and somehow that became I was meeting with all the morning shows in the building.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
So, and I go, oh, I'm sorry. But he stated it like he wanted to meet with me because he loves me. Like this guy was so over the top.
Aww.
It was so like saying nice things and being really nice and telling me I'm talented and he appreciates all my work.
And it really was just you, not me, not him, not Brad. He just wanted you.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
So it was just me. It was me and Larry Mack.
It's all the stuff you crave at home. You're like, give it to me. Tell me how awesome I am.
Well, I don't get it here ever. I don't
anywhere is good.
I don't get it. I don't get it at home. I don't get it here. Management doesn't ever say nice things to me ever.
We say nice things to you all the time.
No,
to
I'm not
help
talking
you
about you. I'm talking about suits.
I get it. We don't count. I get it.
No.
Not as much, no.
Fred.
We don't sign his checks. Why would we count?
Dude, I'm talking about suits. I'm talking about management.
Yes,
I'm not talking about colleagues and family members. We work in studio together every morning. It's like a family relationship. That's not what I'm talking about.
All right, yeah.
Don't care.
Yeah. And even if Brad did say nice things, I wouldn't care.
Yeah. Has no value. I get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like, it made me feel weird because I don't ever hear that. I'm like, oh. Like, I know none of the callers would be calling in and saying such wonderful things.
Oh,
no, they never do.
Hugh, Luke, and Stripper Robin.
Yeah, they're like, we love you.
Yeah.
But then it was a nice meeting, is my point. And he said some nice, flattering things, which
That's great.
Yeah. And at the end of the meeting, it was winding down. We'd been in there for maybe 20 minutes or so.
Uh-huh.
And we're kind of like wrapping things up. And then he kind of muses aloud to himself. You know the thinking, the thumb to chin emoji?
Uh-huh.
He does that and he goes, I just don't get why people have such a hard time with you.
He wasn't being sarcastic. He was being like...
No, he was
sincere.
Yeah,
He was
legit.
Like, why don't people like you?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right.
Well, I don't really get why people have such a hard time with you.
Yeah. And you said because they're stupid.
No, that's not what I...
But that's the answer, though.
No, my answer was, I don't know. I'm a big smart ass, Tony.
Yeah.
I'm just a big smart ass.
That's true. You're a card. You have to be dealt with.
And then he looks at me and he goes, oh, so you mean you're being exactly who you're supposed to be?
Right,
Yeah.
you're doing your job.
All the time.
Yeah.
And then I go, Oh, wait a second. Hold on. And I didn't say this out loud, but this is what's going on in my brain. Is this somebody that gets it?
Yeah.
Is that what this is? Because this feels weird.
But my question is, did he say anything about me?
Huh?
Did he say anything
let's
about
not
me?
make it about you.
No, it is a little bit. Did he say anything about me?
No, not at all. He didn't say anything.
The reality is he doesn't listen at all, but he just
No,
likes
he
him.
doesn't
Yeah.
know.
Just like Frank.
Yeah.
know.
He
Yeah.
looks at numbers, and then, he's known Frank for
And then
like
he
20
goes,
years.
"This
Like,
guy."
I love you because you keep winning.
Yeah.
All you do is win.
Yeah. He told me
true.
that I'm the Tom Brady of the morning show.
Oh, look at that.
And
awesome.
and all I could sit there and think of was, God damn it, I hate Tom Brady.
Yeah,
He's the
let's
worst.
Pick another one, dude.
Pick somebody else.
Yeah, someone else that wins all the time.
Well, I don't know. There is
There
no one
isn't
else.
anybody else,
Yeah.
I guess.
Right,
Yeah.
there's no other goats.
There's-
Just Serena.
Can I be Carson Boomer? Can I be Carson Boomer?
No, you don't want to be Carson
Well,
Boomer.
he's
What about-
ginger, though.
Yeah, I know, and he doesn't win.
Well, I
Maybe
don't
because of
care,
that.
but he's ginger. So what? Who cares? He's over. I don't care.
You want to be the ginger loser?
Well, I already feel like I am.
Well, okay, then
I get-
Carson Boomer away.
I get treated like a ginger loser here in the building, so.
No, I get that.
I think Whoopi Goldberg's good at what she does. You could be Whoopi Goldberg. Be like the Whoopi Goldberg.
You
of-
have the record scratch sound effect over
Yeah,
there,
I know,
Brett?
I do. I wish I did, yeah. Like, what? What does Whoopi Goldberg have to do with anything?
What? I'm just saying she's really good. She's got, you said the goat, but I'm saying she's got all the EGOTs. Close.
Yeah.
You could do the tire screeching, then the car crashing sound effect.
You can do all of it.
Oh, no, that's not it.
You're like
No honks.
squeeze them together. Whoopee, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
She's
yeah.
good at what she does. Come
Right.
on, you guys.
Yeah, that's
Follow the
cool.
logic.
Anyway, so okay, so but here's my question,
Yes,
Christine.
Yes, sir.
What is it? What is it when this guy muses to himself? I don't get why people have such a hard time with you.
I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, and as far as like, why do people, does he mean like two people?
I feel like he does.
Yeah, there's no one else that has a hard time with you.
I feel like
You get along with everybody.
I feel like he just means the general manager and the general manager before him.
Yeah.
I felt like that's what he meant when he said that.
That is plural. Yep.
Right? Yeah, why do people? That's all I can think of.
Right.
Because everyone else seems to really just like you and have no problem with
Well, there was a guy that was a former colleague that was in the building some years ago that lives in my neighborhood still.
Ugh.
And he sees me out on occasion, and this guy turns heel faster than anyone I've ever seen in my life. And for some reason, that dude doesn't like me.
Oh, for some reason.
But I don't know why.
Oh, you don't?
No,
generally don't.
we worked together on KFMA, and for some reason, he had it in his head that I was horrible and that he didn't want me doing mornings on KFMA.
Oh, well, okay.
So they managed to arm twist management to having us moved over here onto KLPX.
All right.
And then what happened to all those guys, Brad?
They're all gone now.
Yeah, how many of them?
I lost count, right?
There's like 3 or 4 of them.
Right. It made, it definitely elevated our current boss to, everything that he has.
What are you trying to say, Brad?
Actually, I don't know if I should say everything I want to say.
Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, well, it's behind the scenes jargon anyways. I don't want to get into
It's behind the scenes jargon.
Someone else got a promotion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
our
you-
boss.
Are you talking about Larry Mack?
Yeah.
Larry got a promotion.
Yeah, I don't believe, they made Mac look so good by giving the golden goose to this station, turning this station around, which is you.
Right.
That, it made them look bad. Like, they just started destroying their own station, so they got fired. Mac took over everything.
Yeah, so that's what happened. These guys hated me for some reason. They never talked to me about what kind of content I was doing. They never tried to coach me or say, hey, we'd like for you to do more of this and less of this.
Right.
That never happened. And I guess for whatever reason, they were intimidated by me.
Yes.
I hear this, that some people are intimidated by me, and it's usually by people that don't ever try to engage me.
Don't even try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these guys end up losing their jobs. The station performed really poorly for years, and a lot of changes had to be made, and it's still struggling.
Yes.
9 years later.
Yep.
It does well here and there in spots and stuff, and people love it. I love it. But it's not what it used to be, and I don't think it ever will be.
No, unfortunately, that was a great era. And, I mean, the last team that tried to lift it back up, they got rid of those guys, and they were really good guys.
But now, one of the guys was a good guy. The other guy was a goddamn schmuck, and everyone knows that.
Almost a schmucky, if you will.
No, he was referring to me being the schmuck,
No,
not my other
you're
guy.
It was schmonty and schmucky in the morning.
If he was that bad, he wouldn't be here.
I think I'm a nice guy. Why do people struggle with me so much?
I don't know. I don't know.
I have a theory.
What?
It's a one-word theory.
What is that?
Resentment?
I guess. I mean, what are they resentful? Do you make
Money.
more than them, or do you do more than them?
I don't
or
know. I think it's like the power of the
happier
microphone.
than- Oh, that could be it.
I think it's the power of the microphone.
Well, yeah. If you have a mic and then people don't get it, like it's kind of like I have a boyfriend. If he wasn't in comedy and I did jokes about him,
Right.
and he didn't get it,
Right,
he'd be
right.
like, why are you talking about me like that?
Yeah.
I've seen arguments between two comedians, which you never think you would do. But, like, why would you say that about me on stage? Why are you doing that? Babe.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I didn't do that. Like, it's a joke.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Lighten up. Relax. Even if it's a little bit true. My boyfriend now has a joke about dating a big fat white lady.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, how dare.
It's pretty funny, but I'm going to help him make it better. I'm gonna write it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's got good bones. And people are like, why aren't you mad about that? Why should I be?
Yeah.
I'm fat. and not only that, he'll do. It's a joke, and he'll keep doing that joke long after I'm gone.
Yeah. Sure, why
It
not?
doesn't matter. It's just entertainment. So
I don't mean to have people resent me.
Well, no, it doesn't even. And so what? Like, if they want to real talk you, then they can. They can talk you in a conference room and like really have a discussion about stuff. But anything you say on the mic, screw it. It's power, yeah, but it's entertainment.
And now, in our society, we call this Frank Show Entertainment News.
All right. So I'm kind of stuck here on which story to start with. Let's see here. All right. Hey, Brad.
Yeah.
The story about the Pima County Sheriff Department seizing $300,000 worth of marijuana grown on the west side.
Yeah.
Can you slide that down to another segment?
Yeah. I was thinking that might be your dispensary.
What?
No, it's not. I found out about this yesterday. No, it's not.
Okay.
You mean his friends?
His friend's dispensary. Yeah.
No, I don't have.
I don't have a dispensary.
I don't have a friend that has a dispensary.
I don't have one either.
I don't have a friend.
We know that.
Well, I was thinking it was in your neighborhood.
Maybe he's talking to me.
No, it's not. Oh, in Christine's neighborhood, Brad?
Oh, you're on the west side?
Oh, I'm on the northwest side in Marana.
Okay, I'm still trying to get my bearings here
Oh,
in
dude,
town.
look,
yeah.
this is like in Midtown at Rogers, so they're calling that
Oh, okay.
west side versus all the way out east.
Right.
Rogers is my town, right? Midtown.
Roger is your town?
My town. Created all the bass sound enough to shake and kick holes in the ground. Don't say I can't talk. I can rap. I
Yeah.
can say stuff. Stop it.
Four of the okay, guys, listen. This bugs me. 4 of the 5 Spice Girls returned to the stage, and they average more than $6 million a show and 50,000 tickets per show. After an 11-year hiatus, the Spice Girls returned to the stage. 13 concerts in England, Ireland, and Scotland and Wales for the Spice World 2019 tour.
Stop, really.
So, but it was only 4 of the 5 Spice Girls. It wasn't Posh. Posh is like too good.
She can't be bothered.
So when I saw Spice Girls in Orlando in the 90s, it was without Baby. Or no.
Oh.
Or who
Jerry
left?
Ginger?
Was it Ginger that left?
Yeah, she did.
No,
Yeah, she left for a minute.
did she leave for a
I thought
minute?
so, yeah.
She went solo?
In the 90s.
Yeah,
Was she the first one that left?
I thought she
It was
but
either Ginger or Baby.
Yeah, but I could be wrong.
I think it was Ginger.
Yeah.
So I only saw 4 Spice Girls in Orlando
Oh, that's all you get, everybody.
back in the 90s.
You only get 4 at a time.
I got to see Posh and Scary and Sporty and I think Baby.
well,
So those Ginger Spices you didn't get to see.
Yeah.
She was the one that...
But now Ginger's back in and Posh is too good. Why?
Let's be real. Posh sucked anyway. She didn't really do anything.
It doesn't matter if she sucked or not. She was still a Spice Girl.
Yeah.
And if they're going to do a 11-year hiatus reunion tour, come on. We get it. You're fancy now. You're married to Bex. You got,
She got
Which
a
I
family.
still don't.
millions and millions and millions of doll hairs. We get it. You're rich.
Right.
She
Which
doesn't need to.
I still never got, though. I never really liked her face. Her face always looked weird to me.
It's because
still
she
looks
never
weird.
smiles.
And she's got those duck lips now.
Yeah.
Because she's had a lot of surgery done.
Right. She's like Skeletor.
And she's real thin.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's real thin. It's gross.
Well, Baby Spice all day.
Oh, she's cute.
Yeah,
How about
Baby Spice.
Ginger?
I mean, Ginger, too, because she's
Ginger looks
hoary.
good.
I bet
Ginger looks good.
Scary and Ginger made out.
No, you know they did.
What,
said
they did?
Stop it.
And they still did the reunion tour? That must have been awkward.
You just want to talk about it.
I know.
I know. He just wants to be like, did they?
Dude, those after parties were probably off the hook.
Former Guns N' Roses drummer Steven Adler was rushed to the hospital after stabbing himself at his home.
This
Man.
is crazy.
Law enforcement sources tell TMZ someone at Adler's L.A. home called 911 shortly after 6:30 p.m. last night. We're told that when cops and paramedics arrived, they discovered it was Adler who had suffered a stab wound to his stomach. Taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, we're told no one else is suspected to have been involved in the incident.
I hear stories about Steven Adler, and I immediately think, poor Dr. Drew.
What?
I feel bad for Dr. Drew because he tried to help him so much.
Oh, did he
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
No, I don't
just
know anything
tried
about
to-
that.
Tried to get him into rehab, tried to help him, and
Yeah.
like even on camera, off camera, in any situation that would try to work, and then it just couldn't reach him.
He was in
Just
two
could not.
separate seasons of Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew, just
Yeah.
proving that it doesn't work. And he was even in the spin-off Sober House.
Right. And
And
even in China, like he has like some guilt about like people that he's tried to help, like Steven, that he just hasn't been able to get to. He
Like
carries
all
that
of
burden.
them. Like, I mean, honestly, Dr. Drew hasn't helped a single person that's been through his rehab program.
Gary Busey is a success.
No, he's not.
What about
Yeah.
Tom Sizemore?
Yeah.
Is he? I don't know.
No, he's doing meth and being a pedophile. He's the opposite of a success.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, if your goal is to do meth and other awful stuff, then he's doing great.
Yeah.
But he's hit that
It's
mark.
like the Babe Ruth
Yeah.
of awfulness.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think he is winning at losing.
The conservatorship that oversees Britney Spears' affairs took legal action against a fan over his hashtag Free Britney claims because his post allegedly prompted other fans to send violent threats to the pop star's team.
Oh my God.
They're starting to make violent threats against these people, a source close to Britney said.
Who is Britney, but probably is her other personality.
They've added that authorities have become involved. Some of these people believe everything they're reading, and we do need people to realize that their words have consequences.
That sounds like Britney. Like she called them.
Lawsuit filed in L.A. on Wednesday alleges that blogger Anthony Stephen, also known as Anthony Elia, has been one of the loudest voices on his website and social media accounts. Absolute Britney. The Free Britney social media campaign began after Spears checked herself into a mental health facility in April. Fans speculated that the singer was forced to go to treatment against her will.
And I
Just
think-
leave Britney alone.
But isn't that true? That
Just leave her alone.
That's a Chris Crocker. I can't believe I remember that guy.
That is crazy.
Just leave Britney alone.
And do you guys want to hear something awful? That guy can sing, and he has got like a career now.
Good for him.
He's a regular adult.
Oh, wow. That's nice. Good
Yeah,
for him.
it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know about regular. He's still kind of weird.
A little bit, but less. Anyway.
So this blogger's made it his mission to spread numerous falsehoods and malicious lies on the internet about Britney,
But wait,
her
though,
conservatorship, and her team.
she does want to have her own like she wants this conservatorship over. She does want to be free.
Oh,
So, right?
I don't know.
There's a lawsuit about it.
I've not
She's-
talked to her, so I don't.
But no, we've heard about it, and they are trying to remove the conservatorship. So he's not off the
I follow her on Instagram.
yeah. Hey, you guys,
Hey, it's Britney.
Brittany. I like to call her Brittany because hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all, it's birthday.
That's a Britney Spears I like.
Weird Al Yankovic explains his decision to drop Michael Jackson parodies from his set list. I don't think you need to explain your reason, Michael. I think we,
Or
Weird
Weird,
Al,
yeah.
I think we understand.
We get it.
Yeah.
We know why.
Yeah.
Kind of the same reason Subway's not in my sandwich rotation.
Exactly.
You might notice a couple of hits missing this summer from the Weird Al Yankovic Strings Attached tour, his first track playing with a full orchestra. Although I would like to hear fat.
Yeah, or eat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fat. Those are two great ones.
He dropped his pair of well-known Michael Jackson parodies, Eat It and Fat.
Oh, that's it.
From the set list this time.
Oh.
In the wake of HBO's Leaving Neverland documentary and the controversy that followed, here's a quote from Weird Al. I don't know if that's going to be permanent or not, but we just felt that with what's happened recently in the HBO documentaries, we didn't want anyone to feel uncomfortable. I felt I had enough fan favorites in the show that I could get away with it.
Yeah, of course.
I haven't gotten a lot of pushback. There have been some people who've expressed disappointment, but we decided to err on the side of not offending people.
Yeah, there's some, like, the Michael Jackson apologists, super fans.
Yeah.
I get in arguments with them on Twitter. It's so weird. They're nuts.
Sure.
They don't want to accept any kind of evidence or reality at all.
No. It's, yeah.
And I get it. He was a hero. I understand.
I still struggle with the fact that Elvis died while taking a bowel movement. That's still, I refuse to believe that.
No, don't want to think of
I just
that
think there
way.
was somebody in the Memphis coroner's office that had it out for the king.
I hope that's true.
And with that fear, do you get nervous every time you go to the bathroom?
Yeah, you just make sure you're fully clothed.
Not every time.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I'm straining, yeah.
Yeah, when you eat a lot of cheese, you're like, oh no.
I think
Big one, Elizabeth.
I think of the king.
Yeah. It's
I
over.
go, where's Priscilla?
Oh, man. Going home.
There's a Harry Potter book with Daniel Radcliffe's first autograph, and it sold for $3,000. That's nice.
That seems low.
A hardback edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone sold at auction for $3,000 with Daniel Radcliffe's. What is it? A little 7-year-old Daniel Radcliffe?
It would have to be.
Autograph?
Like 10, I think.
Yeah. But still can't write real well.
Probably do signs better than I do.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Rudd is going to star in the new Ghostbusters film, it says here.
Oh, good.
He's joining Finn Wolfhard and Carrie Coon.
Finn is the kid from Stranger Things.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Okay.
I don't know who Carrie is. But, I mean, having Paul Rudd on board sounds pretty good. So basically they said, hey, remember that female Ghostbusters? That was an atrocity. Let the guys handle it.
No.
Yes.
It was great.
Who says it was great? You're the only one that says it's great.
No, everybody said it was great.
Nobody said it was great.
I don't know that I would say it's great.
Yeah.
But I have seen it several times and I've enjoyed it.
Oh, you watched it several times.
Yeah. My wife
Yeah,
will
there
put
you
it
go.
on.
Yeah. I mean, your
I
wife
didn't put it on.
quickly followed in that sentence. I know.
I didn't put it on, but I'm also a dude, so am I going to get real excited about an all-lady Ghostbusters?
It's a comedy. I was excited about watching Ghostbusters and it being a comedy.
You know
and it
me,
was terrible.
I'm super misogynistic, so if I'm going to sit there and watch ladies, it better be funny.
Right.
Or they better be real hot, which
Yeah.
none of them were.
And so it wasn't hot or funny.
They were funny. It was funny.
I
It's
kinda
got
like-
74% on Rotten
I kinda
Tomatoes.
like-
That's not
74%.
bad.
kinda
Are you
like-
Googling it right now?
I want to
Yeah.
say something, you mother effer.
Okay.
Brad.
Okay.
I kind of like Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do?
I don't think she's smoking hot, but
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Why would you?
you're right. But, there's something about her.
Yeah.
Here's more Frank on 96.1 KLPX.
I was just thinking I'm reading the story from a university in Australia
Yeah.
is offering a PhD in heavy metal.
What?
Yeah, including a scholarship to undertake the program. More specifically, the degree will be in the study of the social geography of heavy metal culture. So I'm reading this and I'm flashing back to my days in college and, walking by the theater building.
Wow.
And seeing all the theater nerds playing hacky sack.
Yeah.
And I could be a good actor, and I'm actually not bad at hacky sack.
Right.
But I'm not one of those theater nerds.
No. Yeah.
So I'm trying to envision what it might be like walking by the heavy metal building.
Oh, man. Just a lot of black.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's smoking. They're all smoking cigarettes.
Because of my childhood and my upbringing, growing up a preacher's kid, you remember going to Kmart as a kid and they have the poster section?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's like a books or.
So I remember you'd flip through every
them, yeah.
poster and then they were in poster frames so you could see, and then there'd be a bin where they were all rolled up and you'd have to match the number.
I love the posters.
But I remember going to Kmart with my parents and they'd be flipping through these posters and it was all heavy metal posters. It was Dio and Kiss and
Cheap Trick.
well,
I remember
no,
that.
not even Cheap Trick because that's not metal compared to some of this stuff. And all it was my parents going, oh, they are so satanic.
No, I think that they would think that Cheap Trick is satanic, is what I
Cheap
meant.
Trick? Well,
Yeah.
I
Like,
was
they would
asked.
even go, oh.
I was asked if I was listening to acid rock when it was John Cougar.
Yeah,
So.
is that about a prostitute? Yeah.
As the University of Newcastle in Australia is hosting 2 fully funded PhD scholarships to study the geographies of homelessness, veganism, unschooling, or heavy metal. Unschooling?
Yeah, that's like parents that don't send their kids to school
Why?
at all.
Why?
It's called unschooling.
Why? Why do
Because they
parents do
want
this?
to give them they think that they can give them a better education than the regular education.
And what education are they giving them?
No education. Why is it called non-schooling?
Unschooling.
Unschooling.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
You're just unplugging them out of the system, and these are people that live off the grid. And anyway, it's not to be one of them; it's to study these weirdos.
Yeah, it's to study them. Should the selected students choose to study metal,
Yeah.
broad areas of potential study will be considered. You could study death metal in Finland as opposed to heavy metal in Australia, the description
Where it
suggests.
goes like geography. Listen, if I send this link to my boys, I've lost them. They're going to go to Australia.
All right.
I would have lost my husband to an Australian and then my 2 sons to Australia. They can't know about this ever.
What does it say here? However, the following are the 7 main points currently outlined in the prospective PhD, which shows a focus in understanding Australia's relationship with metal in both a local and international sense. What sorts of lyrical themes have Australian metal bands adopted? Are these culturally and geographically unique to
give
the
me-
continent?
It's Bobby, there's a Sheila. Yeah. Knife. All right.
You know, like,
I got it.
Beds Are Burning? Who was that?
Midnight Oil.
Yeah, Midnight Oil. Yeah, it's all kinds of Aussie references in their music.
Yeah.
What's the relationship between the cultural evolution of heavy metal in Australia and colonialism?
Oh, that's a good one.
It sounds like I'd have to, think.
Yep. Can't do it. Bye. Move on.
Is heavy metal in Australia largely a white phenomenon? What has been the response to diversity within the scene?
Whoa.
How is gender negotiated within the metal scene in Australia?
That's a great question. I know that punk in the United States deals with that or has a hard time dealing with it.
What sort of reputation do heavy metal fans have within the Australian context? Does this impact the types of spaces that heavy metal fans can utilize?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Because a club owner is not
It's
going to
awful.
want certain types of people in his place or her
Yep.
place.
Don't want that look.
How
Yeah.
has the geography of Australia in proximity to other scenes contributed to or hindered its cultural uptake?
Oh my God. This
Dude,
is so crazy.
No, listen, anytime you do, like a heady study of something,
Deep dive.
yeah,
like that.
it really gets stupid. That's what this was
Yeah.
like. This is reminding me of my film appreciation course that I took in
it's
college.
like micro parsing
Yeah.
out every single onion layer.
Listen,
And, yeah.
if you've seen The Shining, the opening scenes is just the car driving through the mountains,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
We had to write papers on just the opening scene of The Shining.
Yeah.
3 to 5 pages on just the opening scene.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
And I watch it now and I go, what did I write about?
I don't. I
Right.
can't imagine. I'm just sitting here trying to think. Why would you? How could you? I don't
Did you
know.
read the book? Did they describe the driving?
It's a different car, different color, different everything in the book.
The way the camera work that was done, and I don't know.
I used to love papers like that because it was just set off my BS sensor and I just fly
That's
into
all
it.
it was, though.
Yeah.
Yes, BS.
And
BS,
there's
BS,
other
BS.
guys that were in that class that were so much nerdier and so much better with their BS.
Yeah.
They got B's and A's. I got a C.
Me too. I got to see. It's almost like, well, you tried. Good
You're
job.
an average BSer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank God it's radio. You do not want to see this. Here's more Frank on 96.1 KLPX.
All right. Happy Friday. 7:10. It's the Frank Show. I was sitting here reading through this story, and I want to get to this because I also want to send this story to my wife. But while I was reading through the story about this couple in England that are, they're a married couple, they're experiencing some hard times right now. While I was reading that story, I scrolled down to the end and I got suckered in by clickbait again, Christine.
Oh my God, Frank! It's
it's
like you're 90.
It's every day. I
Every
see
day.
a headline. Now, well, here's what got me with this one. It's a photo of a dude out in the wild. He's got a backpack on. And I don't know. He looks like an outdoorsy type. He's petting a baby moose.
Yeah.
And the headline says, guy releases this moose back into the wild. Then she returns with a surprise.
Dun, dun, dun.
What's the surprise? I gotta know. I have to know.
What do you think it is, Frank?
Well, okay, so I clicked on the link. And
Yeah, well, how far are you in?
Well, I didn't. I just clicked on the link, and it's the first slide.
Okay.
And it just says moose are known to be territorial and aggressive
Blah, blah, blah.
animals.
Okay, click.
Enormous size and strength means they don't make ideal pets.
Yada, 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 click.
But Ericus, a Canadian guy, experienced this firsthand. He discovered an abandoned baby moose on his farm.
Click.
But what he didn't expect was the remarkable bond that the two would come to share.
Bloop. Move on.
Not only that, it turns out that wild animals can also surprise humans in the most unexpected ways.
Boop.
Read here to find out how this moose changed Eric's life forever.
Now you got to click something else?
But it's going to end up being like 20 slides I've got to click before I found out what the moose brought back.
This is what I do. I just go, okay, so now I'm just going to Google.
Well, here, I'll Google the guy's name. His name is Ericus Plucus.
Ericus.
Emma the moose visits the man who rescued her every day is what I see here now. Rescued moose loves the man who saved her life from the dodo. All right, so the moose comes and visits every day. Thanks. I'm glad I wasted all my time on that.
Wait, that's the surprise?
That's the surprise.
She just visits every day?
She just visits every day. Is what it is.
I thought it was her baby.
No. It was an abandoned baby moose.
Yeah. All right. Well, whatever.
Okay, all right.
Stupid.
Listen, ladies are going to love this story.
I
love this.
Yeah.
All right, here. This is in England. A woman was arrested. Christine, I hope you're paying attention.
I am.
A woman was arrested and charged with controlling behavior.
What?
After asking her bodybuilder husband to help out around the house. 58-year-old Valerie Sanders from North Yorkshire claims all she did was ask Michael to ditch some of his gym workout sessions and to vacuum and clean the patio doors.
Yeah, all she asked was this musclehead take a minute.
However, she ended up spending 17 hours in jail and then faced charges of controlling behavior.
Hold on.
Right.
Controlling behavior.
This is like the best news I've ever heard. This is, let me tell you something.
I didn't know you could go to jail for that.
Yeah, and you know what? There's plenty of ladies that should be sitting in a jail cell for 17 hours to think about how they treat their husbands, too.
I'm sorry. There's more men that should go to jail for this than women, by far.
Oh, Christine, you know what? I'm pointing my fingers right at you. You're the most controlling of all the ladies I know.
What? You know two ladies.
Yeah. Out of the two.
Out of the two.
You're number one.
You only know two women.
Well, I know the stories from what you told me about the way you treat your men.
Well, it's just the one that wouldn't get it. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, well, this guy, it was his buys and tries days.
Yeah.
She had no right to.
I can't miss my try day. No, look, I don't know. You know how good it worked? My controlling behavior did not work. That's why he's gone.
Oh.
Didn't work. If it was working, he would have had a job, and I'd have been happy.
All right. This says here that her case was thrown out before it went to trial. So there's that. Valerie, speaking to The Sun, said she was treated like a criminal for asking her other half to clean more. She claims he spent most of his time at the gym and didn't do anything around the house except wash his car.
Oh, my God, this guy.
Well, he'd play pipe every now and then, and he looked good doing it, so.
Valerie says she left notes for Michael asking him to do chores.
This lady needs a new dude.
No, if you see the pictures, right, of them.
Both of them together?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Dude looks good.
Yeah.
She looks like she needs to clean up around the house a little more.
Yeah. Listen to this. In April last year, 4 police vans arrived at her door, and she was charged with coercive or controlling behavior. Four police vans.
Wow.
Coercive control is when a person with whom you are personally connected repeatedly behaves in a way which makes you feel controlled, dependent, isolated, or scared.
AKA married.
AKA married. So wait, the UK's banning marriage.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
It's 2019. What an antiquated notion. Anywho.
They both look swole.
Well, yeah, but see, he works out and she does not.
They both look like they've been bit by spiders.
Yeah.
It became a crime in 2015 in order to combat non-physical abuse. So they're having while Russia is making it legal for men to backhand their ladies,
right?
England's doing the opposite. They're taking this this controlling behavior and criminalizing it now.
They're basically saying it's illegal to nag because you'll end up getting smacked.
Right.
Oh.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
Valerie said she's had 14 months of hell and thinks it's outrageous this ever got to court. This week, the case collapsed just minutes before the trial was set to start. Michael responded by saying, I'm not sure if she should have gone to court or not. That was not my decision. But she is controlling. She was constantly on at me. She used to leave the vacuum out or the polish and wanted me to clean every day because of the dogs.
Yeah.
And there's all these photos of this dude posing.
Showing off his muscles.
Showing off his, it's like he's posing on stage and
He's like 80 and on a bunch of testosterone or HBH or whatever that is. GHB.
58, but still.
Yeah, look at him though. He just looks like, and then look at this picture though with his gut. Like, give me a break.
Valerie said Michael became obsessed with bodybuilding after getting a job as a gym manager when he was made redundant from his role as a CCTV operator. Cleaning boss Valerie said he was training all the time. He was eating 5 or 6 meals a day and mushing up all his food in the blender.
Yep.
We stopped going out for meals. I was working and he was at the gym from early in the morning until late at night. I just didn't see him.
Hey, so divorce him. Bye.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
He started doing bodybuilding competitions. It was not attractive. It was like cuddling an ironing board. He started to take Viagra, blaming the steroids.
I believe that.
But when he took the tablets, it made him sniffy and snotty, so I refused to sleep with him.
Oh my God. That's right. All of this.
It's true.
I heard church, lady, church.
Police were called to their home in April of 2018 after job center staff noticed Michael's mood had changed. And he blamed it on his home life. You mean, oh my God, are you telling me that if I come into work sullen and management says, hey, what's the matter?
You okay, babe?
And I go, oh, my wife's being in a battle axe.
I'm calling 911. 911. Are you safe at home?
4 police vans pull up to my house and cart my wife off.
I'd call 911 if my phone was working. But anyway, next time I'll do it eventually. You poor soul. Poor baby.
I can't. This is outrageous.
She asked you to vacuum.
Yeah.
You better get some help. Hey, Frank.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you safe at home? Just blink or wink or give me some sort of like, are you okay?
One call for safe, 2 for not safe.
You just let me know.
Have you been having to do the dishes a lot lately?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Do you have dishpan hands? Are they cracking? Oh, you've got injuries from doing dishes? That's abuse.
Yeah.
I kicked the dishwasher last night because it wouldn't start in there.
Did it break your little
and I hurt my toe.
Your little nub toe?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think my wife should be arrested.
I think so, too. 911.
Valerie denied that she engaged in coercive or controlling behavior, said I'd leave a note asking him to vacuum parts of the house and clean the patio doors. We've got 2 miniature Datsuns, but he would spend 4 hours cleaning his car. So, of course, I complained.
Yeah. God, I hope she leaves him. Please tell me this is all in divorce court.
It says the pair are now in the process of divorcing.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Thank
Oh.
you. This is, you know how, what's the word? Refreshing? That's not really the right
What?
word. Well, it is kind of nice to see a nagging lady being put in her place.
Give me a break. No, I mean, we nag
I mean, you
for
might be
a
projecting.
reason.
What's that, Brad?
So you might be projecting a little bit, but what do you mean you nag for a reason?
I nag so like when I was married to my ex-husband, he would say, you nag me all the time, you're on my butt all the time. And I go, yeah, but it's only about like 2 things. Because it never gets better, and I need it to get better. It's not like
what
she
you're
was
doing.
nagging
What
him
you're doing
about-
right now is what Valerie was doing to her husband.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
just
With
much
that
nagging
voice
again.
and that talk
Yes.
and that nonstop talking and the thing and the
Yes.
thing.
Because we're unhappy.
Brad, you got your handcuffs. I'm gonna
They're actually at the house.
I'm gonna do a citizen's arrest on Christine here. I'm gonna put her in a holding studio
This
until
is getting better all the time, you guys. You think I'm mad about that? Come on.
I took those handcuffs home. They're in my vacation
You
briefcase.
guys know me.
Oh, those are the fuzzy handcuffs that
I
Brad
know
wears
about
by
that.
his crotch.
Yep.
Yeah.
On his
Yeah.
belt loops.
Yeah. All right, it's 7:20. I think we're doing Dumbass of the Day next. That's what we normally do.
Yeah, we got a Good Friday dumbass.
All right, let's see. There's a woman who complains to the cops about the hitman she hired.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, we just did that one. That was a woman arrested for asking her husband to clean the house.
Yep,
You doubled up on that one, Brad.
It was so good we had to do it twice.
I know, right?
I do that too. I've done that, yeah.
Let's see. A guy drives his new McLaren off the lot, and 10 minutes later, boop.
Oh, no.
And then cops ask for a pee sample from a driver. Is this something that they're doing on the side of the road?
What?
Not supposed to.
Yeah, I have heard.
Wow.
You're not supposed to.
Oh, my God.
But they do.
All right, dumbass of the day next. All right, I got to the bottom of this story where the guy gets pulled over and the cops ask for a urine sample on the side of the road.
Oh, good. What?
Yeah, I figured out what's going on.
I think you're stupid. Real stupid.
He suffered brain damage. Brain damage.
Dumbass of the day.
It happened in Germany, Christine.
Oh, Germany. Yeah, whatever. Deutschland.
What should have been a thoroughly ordinary traffic stop turned out to be anything but ordinary. When police officers in Germany stopped a van driver, the officers suspected the driver may have been under the influence of drugs and requested a urine sample in order to confirm their suspicions.
Well, it took so long for him to roll back his skin. They finally said, forget it. Am I right?
I don't know. Huh? To roll back his skin?
I think it's a circumcision joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You get it?
If I get it, that's not a good thing.
The man vanished into the hedges to carry out the sample. However, as a police spokesperson told the German newspaper, the man took an abnormal amount of time and returned seeming a bit ashamed.
Told you.
The man's misunderstanding of the sample was indeed the reason why he took such a long time. Rather than providing the officers with a urine sample, the man gave officers a sperm sample.
Go ahead, count them up. And you just imagine the guy's face when the cop's like, I need a sample. And he's just like, okay.
Police officers took the misunderstanding as a further sign that the man was under the influence of drugs.
Come on.
Sober people don't do that.
That's an easy mix-up.
The man, hold on, this is great. The man then gave the officers a spit sample, which finally tested negative for drugs, and then he was allowed to continue on his journey.
See, he was sober, he overthought it, and he's just like, all right, if you need a sample that bad.
Whatever you guys want.
Getting pulled over and then walking off into the hedges and coming back with sperm.
Wait. You could have done spit this whole time?
Yeah. It's just when the...
All you needed was spit. That's it. Ironically, that's all I needed, too.
A Spanish woman and her daughter have been arrested after going to a police station to complain that the hitman they hired to carry out a murder had swindled them out of $7,000.
Yeah.
The investigation began earlier this month when the pair told police in Madrid that the mother's partner had cheated on them or had cheated them out of $60,000. It later emerged the daughter's partner, who claimed to be a senior member of Spain's secret services, had suggested they recover the lost money by killing the mother's boyfriend. They paid him $7,000 down payment on the understanding he would arrange to have the mother's boyfriend killed and sell the dead man's organs to raise the $60,000. Smart.
Mm-hmm. He stole our money. We paid him for killing somebody.
When the killing failed to take place, the mother and daughter felt defrauded and went to the police again. Mm-hmm. Officers then proceeded to arrest the two women and set about tracing and arresting the male suspect.
Oh, God.
They've not ruled out the possibility that he may have swindled other people. You
for
think?
Murder. Yeah, it's kind of his bag.
They said the three suspects were waiting to appear before a judge and that the victim of the plot had been found in perfect health.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Spanish news agency reports that all three suspects were all Spanish citizens with no criminal records.
It just sounds like everybody in this story is just awful.
Dumb.
Terrible people.
Officers are looking into the background of the man and how he may have come to have false documents bearing the logo of the state intelligence agency, the National Intelligence Center.
What? Dude.
They also found a document in which he had allegedly laid out how he planned to carry out the killing and sell the victim's organs. Let's see. Where is this? Bluffdale, I think it's Utah. A woman who allegedly thought her husband was cheating on her was arrested Tuesday after falsely reporting that her husband had killed her. Wait, what?
Yep.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
So she's alive, but she calls and says, "Hey, my husband killed me. I'm dead."
Well, she
No.
did she pose as a friend or something?
Yeah. She didn't say she killed me.
But
Killed.
I'm not. Yeah.
Okay,
She's
so
like,
Rebecca Nielsen is 44, but looks 64.
oh no.
Arrested for investigation of criminal mischief and making a false police report involving death. The incident started at 2 a.m. Tuesday when a woman called 911 after receiving text messages from a person purporting to be Nielsen's husband, Rebecca's husband, stating that he had shot his wife and didn't know what to do. This is according to the Salt Lake County Jail report.
Yes, she's texting the mistress, being like,
Yeah.
you're pretending to be her husband.
So she wanted to text the mistress that her husband had killed her because she wanted to see how the mistress would react.
Yeah.
Right, like, oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Good job, babe.
Let's see what else. The woman asked the man if he was serious, and he responded by text that he wasn't joking. Mm-hmm. Police officers from different departments responded to the husband's home, surrounded it, and ordered the residents to come out. That's when Rebecca walked up to officers on scene. Mm-hmm. Investigators trying to unravel what was going on learned that Rebecca and her husband had gotten into an argument several hours earlier because the husband was texting another woman. Mm-hmm. Rebecca allegedly smashed her husband's laptop, took her husband's phone, and left. After leaving, Rebecca began sending texts to the woman using her husband's phone. And while claiming to be her husband, the report states that's when she told the woman who was acting while acting as her husband that she'd been shot.
That's great. I think it's very funny. That's kind of cool.
Rebecca claimed she wanted to see how the woman would respond, and Rebecca wanted to see if the woman would be covering up the crime.
Yeah, I wouldn't even guess that this is that lying to someone like this is a crime.
Is it a crime?
No.
Yeah.
Why would it be? Why would it be a crime?
This is great. I love it when Christine gets stumped by simple law and order.
What is it? What is the crime here? What did they arrest her
The
for?
crime.
Falsely reporting a death.
Yeah.
She didn't
A murder.
She didn't call the cops.
No.
This other idiot.
The other
did.
she called 911.
Yeah, and the mistress did the right thing in this case where, like,
Yes.
the guy she's sleeping with was like, hey, I just killed my wife. So without her being an accessory, so she's not an accessory to murder,
Yeah.
she reports it to the cops.
Yeah, but there wasn't a murder. Nothing happened.
She didn't know that.
Oh, you guys are so cute. I'm just saying, this woman was not trying to commit a crime. She was just trying to get
No,
the other
listen,
woman
she
to
committed
find
a
out
crime. She wasn't trying to commit a crime. She committed a crime.
No.
And she's too dumb to realize that what she did is illegal. That's why she's locked up right now.
No, she's not.
Ignorance is no excuse.
Yeah,
Oh,
see.
in this case, it kind of should be.
The women are so vindictive the way they're wired that you don't even see the problem with this.
Yeah,
No,
She's just like,
nothing
Yeah.
bad happened.
What?
Everybody's fine.
The fact that you don't see that there's any problem with this means that you're probably someone that would do something like this.
yeah,
If I
Joey
could-
better watch his phone at all times.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I am not this creative. I'm kind of dumb, and I wouldn't think of it unless I heard about it.
And now you did.
On this story. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, now I'm going to do it.
Now she's got a plan.
Change the password on your phone ASAP, yo.
Yeah.
Here's Frank.
I don't know why this is creeping me out, but it kind of is. I've been playing a golf game on my phone it's a Top Golf app. It's called World Golf Tour, WGT Golf.
Nice.
And it's great. It's got all the most famous golf courses in the world that you can play right on your phone.
Okay.
St. Andrews in Scotland and Royal George and all kinds of wonderful courses here, Pinehurst. And it's a course, was it Wolf Park? I forget. It was one up in Nevada that I played a decade or so ago. Every time I'm getting ready to play a game, though, Christine, I've got to sit and watch a 30-second commercial for another gaming app or something.
Yeah, because you don't want to pay.
Because I don't want to pay. One of the ones that I keep seeing is some kind of sniper game,
Oh, yeah.
Pew, pew.
which I love. I love, like Call of Duty, sniping on Call of Duty, those first-person shooter games.
They're fun. Yeah.
Sniping, though. Something about being a sniper.
Oh.
You like that?
I love it. I love it. I mean, I do some running and gunning.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to write some stuff down.
Yeah,
about
go ahead.
You.
What are you
okay,
doing?
I'm going to be like, okay, so how does that make you feel, Frank?
Oh.
When you do the sniping?
Oh, you know what? Powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Avoiding confrontation.
Yeah.
When you snipe someone from afar, they don't even see it coming.
Yeah, they have no idea.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, in Grand Theft Auto and stuff, I'll spend multiple hours just sniping people.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize there was sniping in Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah,
wow.
you do it online, too, like sneak a little bitch. They hate you when you do that.
Well,
Oh.
so I'm reading this story here about the Pentagon, and MIT. According to MIT, the Pentagon's developed a prototype of a new technology codenamed Jetson. And this uses infrared lasers to read a person's unique cardiac signature. Listen, far less obvious than fingerprints or faces, people's heartbeats have a distinct profile, making them among the most useful biometrics for uniquely identifying a person. So our thumbprints, as it turns out, are not unique. Our faces, just the same, are not unique as well.
No.
But our cardiac rhythm and all that stuff is, according to the MIT people in the Pentagon.
All right.
So what they've developed is a laser that can penetrate through clothing and gear, and it'll read your cardiac signature.
Okay.
So I guess that would help a sniping team identify a target in a war zone.
Make sure you got the right person.
Make sure you got the right person, or make sure you're not killing an alien versus a human combatant enemy.
An alien.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got the laser. You can determine the cardiac signature of the target.
Yes. So you mean like a human alien or like a outer space alien? Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
It says what separates the signature from others like it, however, is the fact that unlike a face, which may bear many similar features to another,
yes,
heartbeats are entirely distinct. As noted by MIT, different companies are already using cardiac signatures taken via a wrist-mounted pulse sensor to identify people for security purposes.
Oh, yeah, I got a wrist-mounted pulse sensor right now.
You do?
Yes, my little space watch.
Oh, smartwatch,
yes.
yeah.
It takes my pulse all the time and tells me when I'm stressed out and when I'm angry. And
maybe uploading your cardio signature.
Yeah, and it says, hey, you've been sitting for a long time, but we want to do a torso twist. And I say, hell no.
I ain't doing no torso twist.
I don't need no damn torso twist.
Another advantage that has made the type of detection particularly desirable for the U.S. military is the use of lasers, which allows for a relatively long range. So these new prototypes work from about 200 meters or 220 yards. And with further modifications, that range could be extended. So, another year or two, they'll have it up to a mile, I would guess.
Yeah. Easily. This is alien technology, you guys.
Stuart Rimley from the Pentagon says, I don't want to say you could do it from space, but longer ranges should be possible.
Yeah, no, this is alien technology. They reverse engineered.
So wait, hold on.
Alien weapon, I bet.
Are they saying that they could fight wars from outer space?
Well,
if they've got
just pick off individuals from space, that sounds good.
Yeah. What if you've got like surveillance drone video of combatants in a training camp or something?
Yeah.
And you could just send the lasers from outer space. Pew pew.
Yeah. I think that they should do that because remember that video of the guys doing the goats?
Yes.
And then just go boop.
Yes.
No, don't go get the goat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't.
And you're done.
Hey, we've got a near goat banging.
Yeah. Oh, looks like he's taking off his pants. He's heading to the goat. Pew. I would do that all day.
That's pretty fancy.
Yeah.
That's pretty fancy technology.
Yes.
Yeah. Lasers to detect a heartbeat.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's alien.
Oh, hey, this other thing that I saw on Drudge Report yesterday. This is what I've been wondering why it hasn't happened already.
What?
Insect-sized robots.
Oh yeah, they've got the nanotechnology. That's like little tiny babies.
Yeah, it was like a mosquito robot.
Yeah.
Like super tiny.
Yeah.
Like I just wondered, like, why couldn't they do that? This is when who's the guy that did 9/11?
Osama
you almost said Obama too.
I know.
Yeah, Osama. When he was still, not captured or dead.
Yes.
Like, why couldn't they fly like a little tiny mosquito robot into the cave
and right up his nose,
and then right up his nose, and then press a button so a bomb goes off
because he wasn't really the person behind 9/11.
Oh, come on. Yes, he was.
This is where Brad lets everyone know he's got an IQ of 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, you pay attention. Back to the Frank Show now on 96.1 KLPX.
All right, 8:07. It's the Frank Show. Do we have rain? I got a little alert on my phone that we were going to get rain a half an hour ago.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there's an overcast, but we don't have rain here.
No, but Rick sent me video of rain.
Ow.
Well, there's rain in town. That's good news.
Yeah.
Raining.
Yeah, I could use some rain. We were out in Michigan last summer for 6 weeks, so I've forgotten when monsoons start.
Dude, it rained a lot last summer, and usually monsoon's August, and we get dumped on in August. But we had a wet summer last year.
Yeah.
I hope that it happens again.
We got when we got back to our neighborhood from Michigan last summer. Oh God, that was in the rental van because our station wagon got watered out. The engine.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's almost a year anniversary of that mess.
Damn it, what
It's
a
a
mess that was.
death-iversary.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the roads in my neighborhood were like all the dirt and debris from the desert had been washed. The roads were filthy. They'd been flooded. And a buddy of mine told me that he was driving in my neighborhood and was going to make a turn and the water was too much. And we missed all of that.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I miss it. I like the rain. I like the monsoons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
This is going to come as a surprise to a lot of people.
What?
And I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Yeah?
You know how people turn on the messenger?
Yes.
Hey,
I
Brad,
do.
you know how people like to kill the messenger?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Netflix, they're saying, should now come with a health warning, like a pack of cigarettes.
What?
Yeah.
Binge watching TV is worse for your heart than a desk job.
Really?
Eating a large meal and then sitting hours at a time is a very harmful combination.
Oh, but it's so fun.
So, here's how I've been binging the American version of The Office. 10 minutes at a time.
Oh, really?
But you can watch 10 minutes at a time of a show like that.
I tried to start an episode, and then my wife walks in and starts talking to me, so I pause it. And then she walks out, and I lose interest.
Yeah.
And then I'll watch 10 more minutes, and then she'll walk in again, and I'll pause it again.
Oh, my God. That's exactly how I watch TV now, too. Exactly. Just can't get through a whole episode of anything lately.
At least you have the power of pause.
Yes, I got pause all day, yeah.
Settling down in front of Netflix at the end of a busy day may sound like the perfect way to unwind, but new research suggests that binge watching TV could be bad for your heart. The link between sedentary behavior and several heart disease and stroke risk factors, including high blood pressure, obesity, and type 2 diabetes, is well documented.
Do you know why I shouldn't binge watch stuff? Why I don't think anybody should?
Christine, go ahead.
Is because it changes the way you think and talk and act.
Okay.
Because you get so immersed and so focused on this.
I have an example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What was the Netflix series on the guys from Wisconsin that killed the lady?
Oh, making a murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I binge watched that, for 2 weeks after, I couldn't stop talking like I'm from Wisconsin.
That's what I'm saying.
The accent.
If you had that every week,
Yeah.
that would not have happened. to you.
Or it wouldn't have happened in such great doses. Like, I might talk with that accent for 10 minutes after an episode.
And that's it.
But I was in it and watching it like nonstop, and for like 2 weeks.
Wisconsin.
It was making my wife nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she's like, cut it out. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. I just been watching this thing.
I happen to be. I binged the what was the president West Wing. I binged West Wing, and then all of a sudden I was walking and talking and handing off papers.
Yeah.
And I told my kids handed me their homework, and I said, "This is never going to make it past committee. We don't have the votes." And I handed it back. I don't know what's wrong. I was just like, I can't. Nobody should be binging anything. It's every single week.
Ooh, this says here, people who watch more than 4 hours of TV a day face a 50% greater risk of heart disease and premature death than those who watch less than 2 hours.
50%.
Yeah.
What?
So now I don't watch TV like this anymore, and I haven't for a decade plus.
Yeah.
I'll have the TV on in my bedroom. I'll have a game on. I'll have golf on. I'll have baseball on.
Right.
And that's something that I can come in and out of the room, and I'm not like fixated on.
Yeah.
But I struggle to just sit down and watch any kind of drama.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is 2019, and I'm just getting around to 2005 episodes of The Office.
Yeah, I put on Aquaman, and believe me, as a woman, I really wanted to watch Aquaman
Yeah, it's
start
porn.
to finish. I wanted
yeah.
it so bad,
Right.
But I couldn't because I have ADD, and I just had to be doing something else. So I kept having to rewind, stop. I couldn't even get through it.
And then there's this other new bit here that says eating junk food isn't just making you fat; it's making you not able to procreate.
What?
Yeah.
We thought it was plastic all this time. and now
No, it's
just
plastics too. It's junk food and plastics. Oh, also, there's Another story that Brad gave me that I kind of like glossed over a little bit earlier. Ladies are doing research into trying to make it so men can take hormones and not breastfeed their children, but chest feed.
Yes.
And so this is like this is where the gender. This is where genders start to become fluid.
Yes.
And then
that's fine.
and then it's fine for you as a woman, but as a man, it's instinctually not fine at all.
It is fine. You've been culturally conditioned to think that
to be a man.
To be masculine like
well,
this.
That's the traits of being manly.
No.
Yeah, there's feminist traits, there's feminine traits, and there's masculine
it's just
traits.
What you've been taught.
Kale,
that's real.
it's also it's that way in language too. There's feminine tenses and masculine tenses.
It's all a construct and it's not real.
No, this is crazy talk.
You can deal with it.
This is crazy. You want a world with one sex, just
that's
one
what they
people?
want. That's exactly what they want.
They're just humans, but it's okay if humans are different.
If you can, then do it.
Wait a second.
Why not?
If I'm wearing a kit that had, can I finish? This is like my wife.
Yeah.
No.
God damn it! Just relax for a second.
Your baby. It doesn't matter.
If I want to chest feed my baby with a kit from mommy's milk, that's one thing.
Yeah.
They're talking about giving men hormone treatment so they can develop their own breast milk.
If it's safe for the baby, then do it.
No. If man milk was so good, women wouldn't be spitting it out all this time.
That's right.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, it doesn't even cross our minds that our lustful affair with the fast food nation, all the processed sugary. I was like raiding my kitchen yesterday, and everything that was looking good to me was just loaded with sugar.
Ah, yeah.
Little Debbie Dunkin' sticks.
I just bought a whole bunch of Lucky Charms myself.
Brown sugar Pop-Tarts.
I didn't know they had brown sugar ones.
What?
I didn't know that.
They have every flavor of Pop-Tart.
All I ever see is strawberry.
And you just go for that.
I grab it. I never even look at any others.
So wait, why is the fast food making us unable to procreate?
Come on. Clickbait, Frank.
What's doing with all this?
It's making our sperm, I don't know, fat and lazy.
Yeah. Growing two heads.
Yeah.
Well, that's
not knowing where to go.
That's because guys aren't doing it froggy style, right, Brad?
Well, that's what I suggest to certain friends. It's a theory.
Brad
you're dropping it off on the egg there, so there's no swimming there.
Listen to Brad won't stop talking about. He's got a buddy of his. Him and his wife are trying to make a baby.
Yeah.
And they're struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Dad, do it froggy style."
Yep.
Oh, says the guy with only one kid.
Yeah, well, I know how to prevent having kids as well. But I do know how to
better
have
than
kids.
You know how to make one. Like, you only made one and you prevented how many?
Just because I don't have like 7 kids doesn't mean I don't know how to make kids. I'm just smart enough not to have more kids.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're not making them.
Right, but if I wanted to make one, I can make one today.
Oh, I don't think.
Yeah, I've been doing like exercises.
Oh, I don't think you can make it.
Let's see. Contrary to what the study says about the situation being irreversible, some experts say that's not true. The implication in the study is that this Western diet has the power to kill Sertoli cells, Sertoli. These cells help keep the sperm happy, healthy, and horny. But without them, or so it's suggested, men simply cannot get their spunk back to optimal levels.
And they just can't get.
So
it doesn't want to go to the egg.
So a fast food nation is killing our Sertoli cells. That's something that you can't tell unless you're looking at testicular tissue from a testicular biopsy, said Dr. Bobby.
Wow.
Dr. Bobby.
Dr. Bobby. Well, I'll take advice from him.
I didn't know that you need your sperm to be horny, too.
Concern about the health of these Sertoli cells is taking this data a step too far, says Dr. Bobby. Oh, so within the urology circles, there's some debate.
Oh, I'm sure. But yeah, your sperm has to like want to get in the egg. You know what I mean? It's got to be like, oh, I got to get in there. So that's what they mean by horny. It's got to be aggressive,
mobile and persistent,
and dig in there and get through that egg casing so it can make a baby.
Maybe that's my buddy's problem. He doesn't have horny sperm.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's probably it. I like to blame the man anyway.
Yeah, tell your buddy to try getting his wife pregnant while high on weed.
Yeah, that's what I said. Get high and get drunk. Why? Because they're both really smart. They're intelligent people.
Yeah.
And it's the idiocracy theory.
No, they just got to get real dumb.
You got to get drunk and F.
Yeah.
That's it. That's how people get pregnant.
That's me. I've had two. All of my kids. hammered.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah,
When you
that's
don't
it.
plan on it, you just do it.
Yeah, I just tripped and fell down, and it fell in me.
It says, don't go using your affinity for cheeseburgers and mounds of fries as an alternative to birth control, though, fellas.
Yeah, I know. That's like I would throw a seed in the bowl, be like, that's birth control.
But it'll work. I mean, if you want to eat enough cheeseburgers, no women will do it with you. So it'll work.
Some urologists are calling this notion that the food in our diets are killing these Sertoli cells. This one doctor says, this meat-headed notion
Meat-headed?
will only ensure that you end up on a steady diet of ramen noodles once your entire month's wages start going to pay child support.
What? I don't know. Who wrote this?
I don't know.
Where's it from?
There's like wars, there's urologist wars now.
Is this like Daily Mirror or something? That
No.
sounds like amateur hour with the writing.
Look at that. Look at that fast food that guy's eating.
Ew.
Oh, kind of making me hungry.
Oh, that's a weird stock photo.
I got Aaron on line 1 with the Jimmy Buffett quote.
Oh, Aaron, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Frankie, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, Aaron?
Okay, man, so Jimmy Buffett said it best. Let's get drunk and screw.
Yeah.
Why don't
That's it,
we
man.
get drunk and
dude.
screw? Right? That's what he's saying, isn't it?
Yep.
Whether he's ready or not. Frank! Now back to the Frank Show on 96.1 KLPX.
So, yesterday, I played golf with Johnny B yesterday. It was the first time, I don't know, I think it's been 5 years or more since I've seen Johnny B.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh, wow.
I had a golf buddy that moved out of Tucson, so my golf just completely dropped off. And then 2 summers ago, I had the car accident. Last summer is when I really started picking it up again. So it was Johnny B who told me this story yesterday. I hadn't heard about this. Pima County Sheriff's Department deputies with the Narcotics and Special Investigations Section, or NSIS, seized $325,000 worth of marijuana plants from a business in the 400 block of West Roger Road. So this is Roger and Oracle, like in a strip mall.
Okay.
Somebody rented out a space and started using it for a grow. Lynn Carlin works in the shopping center off of West Roger Road as an office manager. She said some new folks moved into the office next door not long ago, but nothing seemed all that out of the ordinary.
Right.
Because they're just working.
Carlin said really not a whole lot of much other than people just intermittently coming in and out.
Okay.
Then Lynn said they started to notice a smell.
Ow.
Lynn said she said, there's a quote, I mean, it smells like skunk.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Does it, Lynn? Does it?
When I read
Yeah.
that, when I read what Lynn said, I mean, it smells like skunk. I went,
Yeah. I salivated a little bit too. Is that weird?
skunk.
Lynn.
Lynn said she never could put her nose on what it was until one morning she saw her new office neighbor.
Uh-huh.
And I saw his shirt, she said.
He looked like a dirty hippie, and I figured it out.
She said that his shirt said, I support cannabis for veterans.
Oh, nice.
And when she saw that guy wearing that shirt, she said then the stench made sense.
So then I made a phone call to local law enforcement.
Tuesday, authorities served a warrant for the office space. They found 269 marijuana plants in various stages of maturity, weighing 107 pounds.
I'm mad at Lynn.
James Allerton with the Pima County Sheriff's Department says at this time we've made no arrest in the case. We're simply investigating. No criminal charges have been filed yet either. According to the DEA, listen to this. According to the DEA, indoor marijuana busts are rare in Arizona.
Yeah.
Typically, there's only a couple a year compared to maybe 300 a year in other states.
Oh, wow.
The Pima County Sheriff's Department encourages members of the community to report unusual or suspicious activity in or around your neighborhood by calling 911 or 88 Crime.
So there's 2 lessons to learn in this story. Well, one, this story about snitching and that this neighbor was a snitch. But
Yes.
2, more importantly, if you're cultivating or you're in the marijuana business, you could dress like you're going to actual business. You don't have to advertise it because
Right.
people are going to rat
Always.
on you.
And also, just rent a house out of...
I was going to say, I think you're missing the even bigger point.
Okay, what's the bigger
Yeah,
point?
don't be doing an illegal grow in office space where untold scores of people are going to catch wind of what you're doing. And
Literal wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be if this guy had been like out in the middle of the desert somewhere, like in a trailer or something, never would have got caught.
But this is a business owner, right? So this is good for the person who owns the strip mall. The guy was obviously paying rent and whatnot, and I'm sure in ways he was being legal, but you're not allowed to grow in certain areas, right?
Yeah, you got to have a license to grow.
Which I'm sure he could have, but if it's like close to a school, then you can't grow.
It's all zoned. There's a million different rules, and if this guy was in compliance, he'd still have his grow.
True.
So, I was told yesterday that law enforcement put cameras up on a pole outside the business so they could observe.
Whoa!
And they would see these guys walking in with backpacks, and they're like, "What's this guy doing?"
Yeah, he's going to school.
And then there's another guy that walks in with a backpack, and they're like, "Wait, who's this now?" And so then that led to like 2 different busts. It wasn't just this one. I was told there was another one too.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's the big one.
So, but yeah, and then I said, can we please have a moment of silence for all those destroyed cannabis plants?
Well, how do we know they destroyed them? Maybe they just took them to another.
No, I don't know.
No, maybe they're on another farm somewhere, just running free and growing wild and being happy.
What do they do with that stuff too? I mean, it'd be great to have like a bonfire and everything, but I mean, the cops really should have like a search and seizure sale.
Maybe they donate them to something.
No, I'm sure they contract out with someone that can burn all that stuff for them.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I know. It's outrageous.
Quote unquote, burn it.
Yeah, it should be the new Burning Man. Like, you should build a music festival around it just based off the marijuana that the police sees. Pima County could raise so much money by doing this. The new KFMA Day.
They're not really open to different forms of revenue streams, it seems.
I know.
Yeah,
they're allergic to money.
No thanks.
No, not that money.
Listen,
where's my opiate money? I want that money.
I was just telling law enforcement, you guys could be doing so much with this weed you're seizing.
Yeah. Like smoking it. Chill out on the black
Yeah, you guys.
Chill out on the black people. Yeah. That's a good idea.
It would be a real good idea.
God. Out of the mouths of babes.
Yeah. So, yeah, $300,000 worth of marijuana seized.
Oh, boy.
Isn't that sad?
That is too bad. But I like to think that these plants are thriving somewhere
They're not.
else in an evidence room with
they're dead.
lots of fluorescent light.
Nah, they've been cut. They're dead.
They're getting sprayed every day.
No.
And
Line 1, you're on the air. Who's this?
This is Casey.
All right, hold on, Casey. Line 2's on the air. Who's this? Oh, it sounds like a hang-up.
Yeah.
all right.
All right.
So back to Casey and his awful.
Oh, yeah? No, I don't want to talk to Casey. There's too much wind noise.
Yeah.
And he's got his window rolled down.
Well.
Marijuana grow. It really, at this point, why?
Mm-hmm.
Why even bother?
Casey fixed his audio issues, yeah.
All right, Casey, go ahead.
They take all that stuff that you're talking about, all the plants and everything else they seize, and they burn it off of Irvington once a month.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
There you go.
So you go out to Irvington once a month? Like, where exactly in
Sit at the
Irvington?
junkyard and catch a good buzz if you sit out there.
Oh, nice. bunch of hippies going out with folding chairs sitting right next to the junkyard
I never
once a
see
month?
anybody out there.
That's too bad.
I happen to stumble across it because I work in the neighborhood.
Well, next time, make a Facebook event and invite us, and
He
we'll
really
spread
stumbled.
the word.
All right.
I mean, it really smells like skunk.
I know Lynn's the one that turned him in.
Yeah.
I know.
Wait, you don't know that?
Oh, come on.
Wait a second.
She's right there when the news is out.
You guys are doing the thing again where you're killing the messenger.
Oh, yeah, don't shoot the message.
This is the media, the newspaper reporter went and spoke to this lady, and she gave her name and then gave words. You can't make any assumptions about how law enforcement got tipped off because Lynn was the one that was talked to and whose name is in the paper.
No, because
that's outrageous.
She's like, it smelled like skunk. I didn't know what he was doing. Then I saw his shirt. Then I figured it out. Okay, and then what happened, Lynn?
She sounds like a Karen.
Yeah, she's a Karen. Lynn Karen.
I don't know what that means. She sounds like a Karen.
That's like the white lady meme
Busybody.
now.
Yeah, busybody white lady that's like, I gotta.
You know what,
Speak
though?
to your manager.
There's all kinds of people that like smell that don't have experience with the drug
Sure.
and don't know what it is.
Right.
You know, like my mother-in-law, for example. What's that sweet smell?
Okay. And then
It's my cologne.
And then do those people see the shirt, figure it out, and put two and two together, and
Again,
then just walk away, leave it alone?
Maybe
No.
Lynn's the type that doesn't stick her nose in other people's business. She's just sharing with this lady reporter what she saw and what her experience was.
No, she was there when these people who don't narc off other people won't even talk to the press.
You don't even know. You don't even know if law enforcement was on this case long before Lynn even figured out what was going on.
They said they got a tip, I thought.
Did I read that they got a tip?
thought they got a
It
tip.
didn't say it came from Lynn.
No, well, no, but it came from somebody. I think I just
leave Lynn out of this, okay?
I just feel like it was
Just
Lynn.
leave Lynn Carlin out of it. She doesn't know.
Lynn Carlin?
That's her name.
I'm going to look her up. What does
No.
Lynn Carlin look like?
I don't
bet
know.
If Lynn Carlin looks like a Karen. She's the guilty party.
She talked to Megan McNeil.
Oh.
Megan McNeil joined KOLD News 13 in April of 2019.
I'll bet you Lynn was like waiting outside for the
bus.
The van. Like,
This
I'm
was-
right here. I'll help you.
I think Megan from KOLD News 13 popped her head into wherever Lynn was working and said, "Hey, did you hear about the bus?" And she said, "Of course."
Hear about it.
Would you like to speak on the record? Oh, yeah, sure. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what I know.
Uh-huh.
That's all it was.
No.
You don't point the finger at Lynn Carlin and blame her because these potheads lost their grow.
I feel like
that's
it's her-
outrageous,
it's her fault.
and that's shooting the messenger.
No,
Yeah.
somebody
She
knocked
was the
him off.
messenger
Somebody
in this
tipped him off.
story, and you're shooting it.
Somebody tipped him off.
And
And
by-
it's
and by
wrong.
it, I
just-
mean her.
And it
Yeah.
just sounds like it's Lynn.
I just got an awesome call from a guy who wanted to be anonymous. He said a couple years ago, it actually made news locally. The DEA went out to the Irvington dump to burn a bunch of the stuff that they seized, marijuana and cocaine. So they lit the fire with all the drugs and everything, but then they left. And when they left, the guys around the dump all went and grabbed all what wasn't burnt. And it made the news. So if they do the burn again, I'm pretty sure DEA will stick it out and wait till it to finish.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's